I made a mobile game and published it for iOS and Android for everyone to play. There's only one problem. The player count is falling drastically every day and something has to be done fast. So I made a 7-day plan to fix all the problems in the game, and let's start with day 1. The biggest problem in my game is that there isn't that much to do. Once you play a couple games, there isn't anything to bring you back. I already tried to fix that in my last video by adding achievements and a daily spin, but retention is still way below what it should be. So to fix that, I decided to make a daily maze. How it works is that every day everyone in the world gets the same maze and only one attempt to play it. The players also see a leaderboard of the top scorers who get rewards at the end of the day. Making the maze the same for everyone was easy, as I could just replace the seed from a random value to the current date. I also had to adjust the time for time zones so that everyone gets a new maze at the same time. Making the daily leaderboard was a bit more challenging, as I couldn't just reset the leaderboard every day. I would definitely forget. I noticed that the leaderboard app that I was using has this helpful extra field which I could pass anything into, like the current seed. So to display today's leaders, I just filter out the entries that have today's date as the extra field. I then added the rewards for the best players, but we're gonna have to wait for tomorrow to test that out, as midnight already passed. I'm pretty happy with the progress today, but we're already falling behind, as fixing the tutorial is gonna have to be moved for tomorrow. Since the last video, that you can watch here, I released a small update where I added a new tutorial and arrow controls, since a lot of people complained about the swipe controls. However, I noticed that people were getting frustrated with how slow the tutorial is at times, so I'm just quickly going to remove all the delays. Now for the main problem with my game. Once you play the game once, there is no variety. Even though the levels are randomly generated, the only difference between a score of 100 and 1000 is that the maze is bigger. I already have a level system with the size of the maze changing, but everything else stays the same. So to fix this, I will implement a new level system with a new hazard or game mechanic appearing at each level. Level 1 will be just the base game, and I already have 2 mechanics, the meteors for level 2 and power-ups for level 3. This change should make it more rewarding to progress further in the game and hopefully keep the players more interested. But before we can get to implementing interesting new hazards, I have to make the level up system itself. Okay, I got it working, but right now the whole game is just 1 block wide. I now made the narrow section appear at the end of each level, but I still have to get all the other stuff that generates while you play out of the way. Also, you shouldn't be getting score while leveling up. So to fix that, I added this object that detects when you touch it and teleports itself 1 block forward and adds 1 score. And when you reach the end of the level, it teleports way ahead so that you don't gain score while leveling up. And with that done, the level up animation looks like this. I'm really happy with the progress today, but I'm going to have to call it a day and finish the rest of what I planned tomorrow. Okay, day 3. I'm already very much behind, so today I need to get my shit together and catch up. I first added a wall behind the player once the animation is done so that you can't go back. And then a cool camera zoom so you can admire your skin while leveling up. I also add some UI to show you how far into the current level you are, which should hopefully encourage people to play until they reach the next level. I'm almost done with the level up, but there are still a ton of bugs. Okay, I fixed all that and added the level up text so the animation is finally done. I can now move on to making the new hazards. First, I made a hazard system which chooses when the next hazard will be and which one it will be. Right now there are only meteors, but once I add more hazards, it will make it a lot more interesting. So then I made a random laser spawner. I decided I would make it in 3 waves, each one getting harder and harder. The lasers are still just red lines, but I'll work on the design tomorrow. Okay, I caught up a bit, but now there is a problem. The holidays are over and school is starting for me, so keeping up will be almost impossible. Time to make the design for the laser. I found a nice tutorial that I will follow, but of course I'll add something to it too. Here's the design that I came up with. I also added some animations, so let's see how this looks in game. Nice, I really like this. That's it for the laser, so time to move on to the camera flip. Adding the camera flip was as simple as making some animations, and so far it looks pretty cool. I add a little indicator to tell the player they need to be going down just to avoid any confusion, and I spend the rest of the day fixing all the bugs that my recent updates have made. Tomorrow I'm going to add a bunch of new visual effects and start working on the next level, which is portals. First thing is fixing how the meteor looks. Right now it's just a black blob that falls from the sky, and I want to make it look more like an actual meteor. Okay, so I add some color to the meteor and also this cool texture. Also, when it explodes there are some sparks flying out of it, so let's see how this looks. Looks good. Time to move on to level 5, which is portals. I first made some code that chooses the random positions of the portals and then made them work. Almost. Finally, with all the bugs fixed, I can start working on the visual design of the portals. I made a quick shader and it looks good. I'm gonna just add an animation for when the abyss destroys the portal and change the color so that you know which portal takes you where, because there are gonna be a lot of them on the screen. With all that done, we can move on to day 6 with the last level, the ravine. Boom! That was easy enough. Now I have 1 day left to make a new score system and finish up the update. Okay, I think it's time I come clean about something. These 6 days, they actually took 18 days. At one point, I started falling behind, and then school got in the way, and I got very stressed and decided that the only way to keep this challenge alive was to start lying about which day it is. And I'm not proud of it, but it still ended up with me making a lot of progress in my game that I otherwise would not have made if it wasn't for this challenge. And unfortunately, I just want to stop the lies right now, and day 7, I'm gonna delay it for the next video. And in that video, I'm gonna finish up the update and actually upload it for the App Store. It's nowhere near complete now. I'm still missing the sound effects for everything, and then I have to balance it all. I would say that I failed this challenge, but I can't really see how that is the case when I made so many new features, and I think the game got a lot better because I did this challenge. And in other cases, this would take me months and months to implement all of this stuff. So thank you for watching this video. For now, you can play the old version, the boring one, on the App Store and the Google Play Store. So if you want to check it out until the update comes out, you can click the first link in the description. And if you want to be notified when the video where I'm finishing up the update comes out, you can click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.